Hi there, I'm Candice So, staff writer at IT World Canada and ITBusiness.ca. Today, we're checking out the Clipless, which its creators have dubbed as a mobile device mounting system. Basically, this means as a user, you get access to your smartphone or tablet hands-free by sliding it into a plastic holder. However, this isn't just your average smartphone holster. It has some pretty nifty tricks up its sleeve, or actually, the user's sleeve, as it can attach to clothing, flat surfaces, and wall mounts. And to make things even more interesting, the Clipless is compatible with NFC or near-field communication technology. So, when you slide your phone into place next to the Clipless NFC mount, you can launch apps and get your phone to work for you. Let's take a look. The Clipless comes with a few main pieces: the Clipless itself, which has a magnet attached, a connector, which sticks to the back of a mobile device using some 3M adhesive tape, and an NFC surface mount. There's also a mirrored disc available if you want to stick the Clipless to your clothes. The magnets on the Clipless are very strong. In fact, this connector piece has 2 spots to grip on it. You have to pull them if you want to tear the magnet away. The idea is that if you're doing something that requires both hands, your phone can be strapped onto your clothing with these powerful magnets. For example, if you're carrying a lot of groceries or files, it might always be handy to stick your phone somewhere accessible, like on your hip. Plus, it can really help to have your phone around if you're doing yoga or working out at the gym. The Clipless is also supposedly useful for running, but somehow I feel like running with the weight of my phone dangling from the Clipless is kind of awkward. However, to each their own. The Clipless worked for lots of fabrics. It worked for my jeans, my dress pants, my pencil skirts, and thicker cardigans, so basically fabrics like denim, polyester, and cotton. However, it wasn't so good for very thin, delicate fabrics, obviously because there's always the risk of damaging them when you pull the Clipless off, if you're not careful. Nor did it work for very thick fabrics like my wool peacoat and my winter parka, though I guess that's to be expected. The Clipless is also useful for sticking to surfaces. You can set up an NFC mount on a wall or just a regular flat surface like a desk. Here's the fun part. I downloaded the Trigger app for Android, which gives me the ability to set each NFC mount to do some kind of task. For example, I can get my phone to set an alarm once I tap it against the Clipless mount, meaning I don't need to do it myself manually before bed. Or I can get my phone to send someone an email or text. And if I was driving, I get it to automatically launch Google Maps or some other GPS application. Basically, you can get really creative with the use cases for the Clipless NFC mounts. However, as convenient as the Clipless is, there are a couple of downsides. One thing I already mentioned is that the combined weight of the Clipless and a smartphone can be a lot when hanging off of more delicate or loose fabrics. The other is that you have to be careful about where you put the connector. To be able to stick it to something, you have to peel off the paper and use this adhesive. The best place for the connector would be a phone case, as opposed to sticking it to your actual phone. Once you use it, it'll be hard to take it off without leaving some residue. Still, the Clipless can be a really useful product, especially if you want to keep your phone with you, but you don't always have pockets handy. Head over to getclipless.com to get more on features and pricing information. For ITBusiness.ca, I'm Candice So. Thanks for watching All Hands on Tech.